whenever you're starting anything new in life, you're gonna feel stressed. Okay, like you're gonna feel, oh my gosh, this is a lot. I don't know if I can do this. I'm taking on too much of my plate. Like your mind is gonna want to spiral into these like anxious like thoughts, but you have to start training your mind to calm down. You have to start training your mind to think, this might be hard, but I can do it. And it's the same type of mindset when you start a new business. It's the same type of mindset when you start your fitness journey. It's the same type of mindset when you start a new hobby. It's the same thing. And I promise you, everyone experiences this when they start something new. Even, successful people start something new and they're still kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't know what this turnout is going to be. Just because someone is successful and just because someone is making money doesn't mean that they don't ever struggle mentally. And I want you to remember this, that even people that you look up to have very bad days. They have days where they feel like giving up. They have days where they don't think that their craft is good enough. And they have days where they just want to quit and just stop everything. You're not alone when you feel overwhelmed, when you haven't even started yet. And then when you start and you start putting the reps in, it gets easier, yes, but then you still have days where you're confused at what you're doing. You're confused if, you're going to see the results of your actions. But it's a new phase. It's a phase of, okay, I'm putting in the reps. I'm not at my desired outcome yet, but I'm farther now than when I started. And that's what you have to keep reminding yourself when you have hard days, when you don't feel like, doing the set action, when you don't feel like going to the gym, when you don't feel like taking a walk, when you don't feel like, working harder at your business, when you don't feel like, going to marriage counseling, I don't know, whatever it is, you have to just push through the hard phases. And on top of this, you also have to give yourself credit for trying. And this is super important because a lot of people that become successful or are working at a craft for a long time, I notice that they start to get into this like perfectionist like mindset where everything that they do has to almost be perfect and there's minimal to no room for error. But the problem with this is instead of working more on being efficient in the work, it now becomes an obsession to appear perfect. And this can really hurt you on a journey of self-development because you start to get in this phase of nothing that you do is good enough, when in reality, the things that you're doing are good enough because you are choosing to take action more than you were before, and you should be able to give yourself credit for this. It's important to continue to encourage yourself while you're on this journey of self-betterment or starting a new, phase or hobby or career or journey of your life. It's important to remind yourself that you're not the same person that you were when you once started this, and you're going to make mistakes. Nothing that you do is going to be perfect. And even if you think it's going to be perfect, there's probably going to be an error somewhere. You have to be okay with this. You have to be okay with putting in the reps, knowing that, maybe some days there are going to be more errors than others, but it's fine because you're learning, you're seeing your mistakes, you're seeing where you fall short, and the goal is to always get better for next time.